Annie, thank you so much for joining me today for this. I couldn't believe when you reached out to me and you were like, hey, would you want to do a testimonial video? I would love to do that. And I was like, why are you like the best person ever? So, can you just share just a little bit about you, who you are, your background, that sort of thing?
Yes, absolutely. And I will just say, I only share testimonials when I feel like something is actually really powerful. And so I don't know. I've known Amanda for a while. If you don't know her, she's amazing. Anything she builds is amazing. So I was really excited about this program. I'm Dr. Annie Cole. You don't have to call me doctor, but my doctorate is in educational neuroscience. So I have done a lot of work at the intersection of research and education. I was most recently a vice president of research for a startup, worked right under the CEO and the president. So did a lot of executive level, how do we use data and translate it into business insights to scale the company? And then left to start my own organization. So now I kind of have these two work streams. One is doing research, and then one is building online courses and working with educational content development, sometimes employee training. So yeah, I've been running my own business for a little over 2 years, and it's been an adventure for sure.
Yes. And I love that you kind of have the best of both worlds. Like you've got corporate and you're making money on the side in your own business. I just absolutely love that for you. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about kind of where you were before you decided to join us. Like how were you feeling? What was kind of the gap that you were looking to fill?
I think a lot of people that are either high level corporate roles or running their own business would probably resonate with this, but it's that feeling of I don't necessarily have the people to talk to who get it. And thankfully for me, my husband is also an entrepreneur running his own business. So I feel like I have that foundation, but I don't have a lot of other women to really connect with who are doing this. And so I did like some searching locally. I've looked at other programs. I feel like I was just looking for a place that was a combination of these are people who are serious and actually are somewhat started. Like they have a foundation. They're not just starting the business from scratch. They're actually making some money. They're experiencing the hardship, the trials, what it means to make money, what it means to hire maybe people, and some of those things that come with starting the business. And I wanted that in a virtual environment. I wanted to be able to connect with people in a way that I could commit to. So not like I'm not showing up every single week for a bunch of hours that I don't have, but I'm having enough touch points that I'm actually building relationships with people. And then I was looking for something that was also giving me new and engaging topical content. So I love that this also had this workshop element where, we've done some more spiritual things, we've learned about AI, and those are the things that are directly influencing my business every day. So I think that combo, yeah, looking for community, looking for something that's going to help me grow every month is what I really wanted.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. And then how do you feel like in terms of supporting from like a personal side or even thinking about your corporate side too?
Yeah, I think so. On the corporate side, having come from the corporate environment, I feel like it is so hard to hold all the things. Women, especially who are in director, VP roles, like you are holding so much. You are managing multiple stakeholders that don't agree. You are translating what people ask you to do. You are managing people while managing your household, trying to balance your time. You're probably working overtime. There's so much, and you just want to be able to find out how to make it work and talk to people who get it. And on the business side, it's just like, what am I doing? If you are starting a business for the first time, you're
Right.
like, I hope I can make money. Like, am I selling the right products and services? How do I keep it going? How did I do marketing, lead acquisition, all the things? So I think I love that this is a group where you can have all of that. Like the topics are going to be for everyone. And there are dedicated groups that are for both types. So no matter which you're coming in as, you have your specialty group. I think that that was really unique. If you blend that group, it's still going to be good, but you get even more intimate relationships when you can separate that out.
Yeah, yeah, and that was something that was very intentional, and when I was starting this and I did market research and I started asking like those that kind of that pod feeling of having that close-knit group of people within a larger group was one of the first things that people said that they wanted. And to your point, right, like we can get so much from a larger group, but then when you also get a chance to meet with, other women who are just people who are in corporate or just people who are at like this stage of business, it's like all of a sudden you're having these conversations and you're like, oh my gosh, that's me. Yes, that's me
Yeah.
too. And it's so, you just feel even more seen. I feel like in some of those closer conversations.
Yes. And my experience for folks who are thinking about joining something like this, it's also small enough. Our group is just a handful of people. So you're not getting thrown into, I know some other coaching programs, you have this really big group. There are group meetups for these more topical workshops, but you're also able to have conversation with a handful of people. So you have camera on, you're actually asking questions and dialoguing with each other about real hard things. And it's not like a group of 20 people where you're kind of fighting to have time or ask questions. So I think that's important because size really matters.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So what was kind of walk me through like your decision process? Because I'm wondering like if there was a hesitate, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but then maybe a hesitation or, you know, like we get that where we're like, should I, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like walk me through like what made you say yes to this?
I think it was all about timing for me because I had actually in the last couple of years, first I had a network of folks that I built out myself. I would just kind of lead those meetups and have meetings with a lot of other folks. That was good, but people were at all different stages of business. So that kind of fizzled out with the people who I felt like weren't at the same pace as me. We just didn't have the conversations. They weren't as rich anymore. And then I also was really interested in some local group opportunities. So I did that for a while. Again, found like I just didn't find my spot. So it was just kind of good timing that I still wanted this for quite a few years. And then I had reached a point that I knew more of what I wanted. And I would encourage other people, if you want to try something like this, go test out different options to see what you want, because sometimes you don't know what you want until you've tested it. So I got to the point that I wanted some of the features that were in this program. And then, of course, I've done a lot of financial coaching. Money is really important to me. So I wanted to make sure the price was within my budget. I felt like the cost was going to give the ROI I wanted. And I absolutely felt like that was true because we had worked together. I'd seen your content for a long time. I felt like that was going to be true for me. So those were the two things that I was thinking about that helped me kind of push over the edge to want to be involved.
Yeah, yeah. And let's talk a little bit about the price and the investment because I mean, I think that's anything that I know that, and I invest in myself and my business and my career all the time, but still like every time I'm about to be like actually click buy, I'm like, oh, okay, I hope this is worth it. And so what would you say to somebody who's maybe hesitating on the investment part?
Yeah, I think so. I have paid everything from $200 to $10,000 for something that I want to invest in for like a year's engagement. I've invested in online courses. This is not an online course, so you're not just going through content and getting no group access. So that was really important to me. I wanted something that was like a few $100s to maybe $1,000 a month. That felt like it was within my price range. Also, something that I thought was so cool about your program is that it had a retreat and it had monthly options. So we're getting monthly access to these meetups and engaging in our small pods. And then the pricing is also covering a retreat, which either way I looked at it, if I want to go on a retreat, I get the free group going. If I want to do group coaching, I'm getting a free retreat. Like the price covered both. So honestly, it felt like a no-brainer. I think you did a really good job. I think of Alex Hormozy, like how do you make the features and the package a no-brainer? So it's not just group coaching, it is all the things. And then on top of that, I really love that you focused on bringing in women who had met that foundational level of business success so that we could be having the conversations of how do we go from this to scaling rather than how do we just get started, which I had already passed that phase. So yeah, pricing wise, it felt like it was the right group, the right amount of money, and the benefits were there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And talk to us a little bit about like what has changed for you in the time that you have been inside with us. Like you've got through some major transformations yourself right alongside this. So, what's actually been different about you? Maybe like a decision that you made or didn't make because of conversations that you had, or some aha moments maybe that you've had personally.
Yeah, I think on a very foundational level, I do feel a sense of belonging. And I feel like that is really important when you first try something out. You don't know if you're going to find that or if the other people in the room are experiencing some of the same things as you. So I think from the get go, coming onto some of the calls, hearing people introduce themselves, the things they're doing. Like other people are writing and publishing books. I just was writing and published a book in the last month when I was joining. So that was really cool to see. Other people who are developing new products and services or thinking about how to increase revenue and lead generation. That's something I'm thinking about. So I immediately was getting that, okay, I belong here. And like literally just some ideas on how to do things differently in the business. I also have definitely a woo side to me. I
Me too,
love all
girl.
the manifestor spiritual things. So I love that that was a component. And I love that like during one of our first sessions, we had a live reading and that was more of the mental spiritual, like some of the messages that really hit and helped me feel like work was easier or like it's sustainable or this challenge is something I can push through. Those are the kind of things that don't just happen when you're talking about your P&L. You know, like that conversation is happening and it's like, how is your heart? How is your spirit? How can you keep going? So those are the things I feel like, oh, this is really, really cool and impactful.
Yeah, yeah. And if I could even just shout you out too of just some of the tangible success that you have had since, just over the last couple months, like major shifts in your career, major shifts in your business. I don't know if there's anything that you want to share there.
I mean, I can be I can be transparent. So my business, it's been going really well. I'm only in my second year of business. I was doing pretty well. I was making like 25,000 a month on average, was kind of having a slower month. Right when I joined, and I remember the spiritual message was like, just keep going. Like it's okay to have lulls and almost embrace the lulls. And honestly, it was awesome because I just got in more naps. I got in more time with family. Like I embraced the slow. And then since then have gotten like this very prestigious job offer. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in contracts coming into my business. So it has been like tangible successes too, along with those spiritual mental pieces. So it's not just, hey, come in, we're gonna like have a fun circle of chatting and we'll feel better. Like, no, your business or your life is going to change because of it.
I love that so much. Okay, one last question for you. What would you say to somebody who is maybe sitting on the fence or thinking about, should I join this? Should I not? Is it worth the investment? All of the questions that we have going through our head. What would you say if she was sitting right in front of us now?
I think if you're at the level where you are in either a director level or above in your corporate career, or you have a business that is generating some money, this is definitely the place to be. One other thing that I love is that it is a low hourly commitment per month, which for me, I'm super busy. So I wanted to have a good amount of touch points without having to meet weekly. So far, it has met my schedule. So that's been really nice. I would also say, like, the price, it seems like a good fit for me. I don't know where you're at. Like, think tangibly what is a good fit for you. But I feel like the price is very affordable in the market and comparable to other programs. And you're meeting with other women who are at a high level. So honestly, when you get even one piece of information that's going to help you change something in your business, that can have a 10 to 100 times outcome on your revenue, your products, your time, like your capacity, all those things. So I think if you're at the point that you're looking for that and you're hungry for it, at least give it a try. Like there's no reason to not give it a try. And I think you'll fall in love with it. And then use your intuition. Like I've done programs where I loved it. I've done programs where it wasn't a fit. So just use your intuition. If you feel like there's some calling that's saying you should test it, I would follow that.
Yeah. Oh, Annie, thank you so much. I'm just so happy that you're here and that we get to hang out all the time now as well, selfishly. But yeah, thank you so much for recording this. And yeah, I'm so honored to know you.
Yeah, you are so welcome.